What if the person who shattered you was actually your greatest gift? What if the one who left you broken, begging and questioning your worth was the reason you became untouchable? Think about it. She expected to see you collapse under the weight of the heartbreak. She assumed you'd drown in your own emotions, stuck in an endless loop of overthinking, regret and self-doubt. She wanted you weak. She wanted you obsessed. She wanted you to need her. She expected the late-night texts, the desperate attempts to win her back, the emotional outbursts and the silent suffering. She thought you'd chase. She thought you'd prove your worth to her, convince her she made a mistake. But here's where she miscalculated. You don't chase ghosts. You don't beg for what doesn't belong in your life. And you sure as hell don't stay broken over someone who walked away. Because the moment she left, something inside you cracked wide open. The illusion shattered. You saw things for what they really were, not for what you wished them to be. The version of you that depended on her, that put her on a pedestal, that made her the center of your world, that version of you is dead, and in its place, a man who no longer needs validation, a man who no longer reacts emotionally, a man who has learned the one truth that changes everything. Pain is a weapon when used correctly. This is your turning point. This is where you stop being a victim and become something far more dangerous, completely indifferent to anything outside of your control. This is the mindset that separates the weak from the unstoppable. And trust me, she'll notice, because the moment you stop caring is the moment she starts. Now, you have a choice. You can let this pain define you, or you can use it to sharpen yourself into someone unrecognizable. Someone who doesn't need closure, someone who doesn't seek revenge, someone who simply moves differently. So if you're done feeling sorry for yourself, if you're ready to take every ounce of heartbreak and turn it into your greatest weapon, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I don't break, I evolve. Now, let's begin. Number 1, she never expected you to rise. She thought this would break you. She thought you'd spend weeks, months, lost in your emotions, replaying every conversation, every memory, trying to figure out where it all went wrong. She imagined you alone in the dark, checking your phone, hoping for some kind of sign that she still cares, but she doesn't, at least not in the way you want her to. Because here's the truth most men refuse to accept. She was never afraid of losing you. She was afraid of you realizing your worth. She walked away thinking she had the upper hand, convinced that you'd fall apart without her. And that's exactly why you can't give her what she expects. The moment she believes she has power over your emotions, she wins. But the moment you rise, the moment you refuse to let this define you, that's when the game changes. See, most men make the mistake of letting pain paralyze them. They wait for closure. They hold on to false hope. They try to prove something to her by acting out, flexing on social media, or jumping into meaningless rebounds. But all of that, it screams weakness. And weakness is what she expects from you. So instead, do the one thing she never saw coming. Rise in silence. No calls, no texts, no emotional outbursts. Just results. Get stronger, get sharper, get colder. Let her wonder why you disappeared. Let her question if she ever mattered to you at all. That doubt, that uncertainty, that's what will haunt her. Because one day, she'll look back expecting to see the broken version of you still waiting in the past. But instead, she'll see a man who evolved beyond her. A man she can no longer touch. And that's when she'll regret everything. If you're done making decisions from a place of weakness, if you're ready to take back control, comment below. I rise in silence. My results speak for me. Number 2, emotion is weakness. Control is power. The moment you let your emotions control you, you lose. She expects you to be emotional, to react, to show her, through your words, your actions, your pain, that she still has power over you. Because as long as you react, she knows she still matters. And that's the mistake most men make. They wear their emotions on their sleeve, hoping she'll see their pain and come running back. But she won't. Pain doesn't attract. Desperation doesn't attract. Control does. Think about the men who command respect, who move through life with presence. They're not the ones throwing tantrums. They're not the ones arguing over text or making emotional decisions. They're the ones who can stand in the fire, unshaken, unfazed, untouchable. That's the man you need to become. Not cold, not heartless, just in control. Because when you master your emotions, you master yourself. And when you master yourself, no one, not her, not anyone, can shake you. Understand this: she will test you. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually she'll throw something out there to see if she still has a grip on your mind. Maybe it's a "hope you're doing okay" text. Maybe it's a random comment on your post. Maybe she just watches your stories, knowing you'll notice. And in that moment, you have a choice. You can react, give her the satisfaction of knowing you still care. Or you can do something far more powerful. Nothing, no response, no acknowledgement, no reaction. That silence, that self-control, that's what makes her regret leaving, because she'll realize she lost something she can't replace, a man who doesn't need her validation. If you're done letting your emotions run the show, if you're ready to move with discipline instead of impulse, comment below, "I master my emotions, they do not master me." Number 3, the power of silence. Silence is the most powerful weapon you have. Most men don't understand this. They think they need to talk, to explain, to prove something. They want closure, they want answers, they want her to understand how much she hurt them. But the truth, she already knows, and she doesn't care. She doesn't need you to tell her she broke you. She doesn't need you to remind her of the memories, the promises, or the late-night conversations. She walked away because, in her mind, she already decided you weren't worth staying for, and no amount of words will change that. But silence makes her question everything. When you disappear, when you go completely ghost, something strange happens. At first, she doesn't care. She assumes you'll be back, just like every other guy who couldn't let go. But when the days turn into weeks, when there's no call, no text, no angry social media post, that's when doubt creeps in. That's when she starts wondering if she made a mistake. See, women expect closure. They expect a reaction. And when they don't get one, they're left with something far worse than guilt, curiosity. Because now she doesn't know. She doesn't know if you're still hurt. She doesn't know if you've moved on. She doesn't know if she mattered at all. And that mystery, that absence, it will haunt her in ways your words never could. So, let her wonder. Let her sit with the silence. Let her feel the weight of your absence, because the second you break and reach out, you lose. If you're done explaining yourself, if you're ready to let silence speak for you, comment below. I say nothing, and that says everything. Number 4, rebuild, reinvent, reclaim. Most men stay stuck. They replay the past, drowning in what-ifs and what could-have-beens. They let the pain consume them, define them, and that's exactly what she expects. She expects you to stay the same, to be the man she left behind. But that version of you, he's gone. Now, it's time to rebuild. Not for her, not for revenge, for you. The greatest response to heartbreak isn't words, it's transformation. You take that pain, that anger, that betrayal, and you turn it into something unstoppable. You level up your body, your mind, your purpose. You develop a discipline so strong that no setback, no rejection, no woman will ever have the power to shake you again. The gym isn't just a place to work out, it's a place to forge a new identity. Every rep, every set, every drop of sweat is a silent promise to yourself. I will never be weak again. Your physique becomes a reflection of your resilience, a warning to the world that you are not the same man she walked away from. Your mind, sharper than ever. While she's out seeking attention, validation, and empty distractions, you're reading, learning, building something real. You're no longer wasting time chasing someone who discarded you. Instead, you're focused on one thing, becoming so unshakable that no one can ever hurt you like that again. And when she finally sees you, whether it's in person, online, or through the whispers of mutual friends, She won't recognize you. The man she once knew is a memory, and the man you've become, he doesn't even think about her. If you're done living in the past, if you're ready to rebuild yourself into something stronger, comment below, "I rise from the ashes, reborn and unstoppable." Number 5. The laws of attraction and indifference. The moment you stop seeking her, she starts seeking you. It's a psychological trigger most men will never understand. The harder you chase, the faster she runs. But the second you walk away, the second you stop caring, she feels it. Attraction isn't about proving your worth to someone. It's not about convincing them you're valuable. It's about being so focused on yourself, so content in your own world, that people can't help but be drawn to you. And nothing makes a woman question her decisions more than a man who doesn't need her. Indifference is power. It's not pretending you don't care, it's actually not caring. It's moving so deep into your purpose, your goals, your evolution, that she becomes a footnote in your story. And when that happens, when she realizes you're no longer watching her, thinking about her, wondering what she's doing, that's when she starts paying attention. That's when she starts second-guessing, because women don't regret losing a man who begged. They regret losing a man who could have had anyone and chose to walk away. See, attraction isn't about looks, money, or words. It's about energy. And the energy of a man who is unbothered is more powerful than anything else. The way you carry yourself, the way you move through life, the way you don't even flinch when she's brought up in conversation, that's what haunts her. So stop chasing, stop hoping, stop checking her social media like it holds the key to your future. It doesn't. Your future is in your hands, and the moment you prioritize yourself over everything else, you become magnetic. If you're done seeking validation, if you're ready to master attraction through indifference, comment below, "I attract by walking away. I do not chase." Number 6. Never let them see you bleed. Weakness repels, strength attracts, and in the game of power, the man who controls his emotions, who keeps his pain, his struggles, his setbacks hidden, wins. She doesn't need to know you're suffering. She doesn't need to see you venting on social media, posting sad quotes, or liking her pictures in some weak attempt to remind her you still exist. That kind of behavior confirms exactly why she left. Because here's the truth, she expects you to break. She expects you to act out, to expose your wounds, to make it obvious that she still owns a piece of your mind. And when you do, it only solidifies her decision. So what do you do instead? You move in silence. You show nothing. No sadness, no anger, no desperate attempts to prove something. You handle your business, you level up, and you let the results speak for themselves. Because nothing confuses, haunts, and frustrates a woman more than a man she can't read. This is dark psychology at its finest. When she looks at your life and sees nothing but elevation, when she expects to see weakness but finds indifference, it forces her to ask the question, did I even matter to him at all? And that question, that uncertainty, that's what makes her regret everything. So let her wonder, let her assume, let her hear about your success through whispers instead of desperate displays. Because the more she sees you thriving, the more she'll realize she lost you forever. If you're done wearing your pain for the world to see, if you're ready to become unreadable, comment below. I reveal nothing. My silence is my strength. Number 7. The return of the king. There will come a moment when she sees you again. Maybe it's by chance. Maybe she reaches out. Maybe she just stumbles across you on social media. But when that moment happens, you need to understand something. This is your test. She expects the same man she left behind. She expects hesitation, nervous energy, maybe even a hint of resentment. But the version of you she once knew, that man doesn't exist anymore. The man she meets now, he's unshaken, he's composed, he looks better, moves better, speaks with confidence, and most importantly, he doesn't care. And trust me, she will feel it. She will see the shift in your energy, the way you carry yourself, the fact that her presence doesn't affect you. That's when the regret sets in. Not because she suddenly loves you, not because she wants you back, but because you've become the man she was waiting for after she left. But here's the secret. You don't want her anymore. You've outgrown her. You see her for who she really is, not who you once imagined she was. She's just another chapter in your story, one that no longer holds any weight. This moment isn't about revenge. It's not about proving anything. It's about standing there, looking her in the eye, and knowing, without saying a word, that you won. Because the real victory isn't getting her back. The real victory is standing in front of her and realizing you don't even want her anymore. If you're done seeking revenge, if you're ready to move like a king, comment below. I return stronger, not for her, but for myself. Number 8. She regrets it. But it doesn't matter. One day, she'll feel it. The regret, the doubt, the sinking realization that she let go of something she'll never get back. Maybe it hits her when she sees you again, stronger, sharper, unfazed. Maybe it creeps in late at night when she's alone, scrolling through your profile, realizing she's not a part of your world anymore. Maybe it happens when she's with someone else, and she notices all the ways he isn't you. But here's the thing. Her regret is not your victory. Most men make the mistake of thinking that once she regrets leaving, they've won. That when she starts looking back, missing what she lost, it means they've finally gotten the upper hand. But the truth is, if you still care about her regret, you haven't really moved on. Real power isn't in making her miss you. It's in the fact that it no longer matters whether she does or not. Her regret doesn't change anything. It doesn't erase the past. It doesn't undo the pain. And it definitely doesn't mean you should let her back in. Because the man you are now, he's outgrown her. He's living by a different standard, one that she no longer meets. And that's the ultimate shift. Not that she regrets losing you, but that you wouldn't take her back even if she begged. That's what real detachment looks like. That's what real self-respect feels like. And that's what separates the men who heal from the men who stay stuck. If you're done caring about her regret, if you're ready to move with real power, comment below. Her regret is irrelevant. I have already won. Number 9. The final test. Power over yourself. At this point, you've changed. You've rebuilt yourself, mastered your emotions, and reclaimed your power. But there's one last test, the hardest one of all. Can you control yourself? Not just in front of her, not just when people are watching, but in the quiet moments when no one is around. When you're tempted to look back, when you feel the pull to check in, to reach out, to wonder what if. This is where most men fail. They do the work, they level up, but deep down they're still attached to the idea of her. They still seek validation through her regret. They still want her to acknowledge what she lost. And that's weakness. Because true mastery isn't proving anything to her. It's proving it to yourself. The real test is walking past her and feeling nothing. Seeing her name pop up and not even hesitating before deleting it. It's being so solid in who you are that her existence is nothing more than background noise. This is where you separate yourself from the average man. The man who still lets past emotions dictate his future. The man who still thinks he needs closure, revenge, or a second chance. You need none of it. Power over yourself means never looking back. It means knowing that no woman, no situation, no heartbreak will ever have control over you again. And once you reach that level, you're untouchable. If you're done playing games, if you're ready to master yourself completely, comment below. I own myself. Nothing controls me. Number 10. She lost you, and you won. This is the final realization, the one that truly sets you free. She didn't break you. She freed you. She didn't take anything from you. She gave you the opportunity to become the man you were always meant to be. Because look at where you are now. Look at how far you've come. The pain that once consumed you, it's gone. The thoughts that used to keep you up at night, they no longer have a place in your mind. You've built yourself into something unstoppable, not because of her, but because of you. And now you see the truth. She was never the prize. You were. She lost the man who would have given her everything. She lost the version of you that was loyal, committed, and willing to fight for something real. But more importantly, she lost access to the man you've become. That's the ultimate victory. Not revenge, not proving anything, just moving forward with complete detachment. Because now you don't even need to say you've won. You don't need to prove it. Your presence, your mindset, your new reality, it speaks for itself. And her? She's stuck in the past, looking back at a door that's locked forever. If you're done looking back, if you're ready to walk away forever, comment below. She lost me, and I won. This is where the weak break and the strong rise. Most men stay stuck in the cycle, chasing, overthinking, waiting for closure that never comes. But you're not most men. You didn't just survive this. You transformed because of it. And now, you move differently. You don't react. You don't chase. You don't waste time on people who don't see your worth. You've mastered your emotions, reclaimed your power, and built a life that no longer revolves around anyone else's validation. This is the mindset that makes you untouchable, not just in relationships, but in everything. Business, fitness, life. Because once you learn to detach, once you understand that nothing outside of you controls you, you become the kind of man who commands respect, without ever having to ask for it. And she'll feel your absence. She'll wonder. She'll regret. But by the time she realizes what she lost, it won't even matter. This is your time. No more looking back. No more distractions. Just relentless self-improvement. If you're done with the past, if you're ready to step fully into your power, comment below, I move forward. Nothing holds me back. And if this message hit you differently, if you're ready to make this mindset your reality, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Welcome to the next level.